Yo, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet Violet VGC video. I'm your host, Jose Rocks, and today we have another episode of Journey Through VGC. The current format we are in is Regulation G. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Yo, welcome back. So today, I have a really cool team for you guys. So today we're going to be showcasing Kyurem Black and a Dondozo team. So this is a really unique combo. I haven't seen anyone use Kyurem Black on the ladder, and I haven't seen any other PokeTubers make any content around it. So I wanted to decide to go ahead and feature it. It is really strong. It has 170 base attack, right? So it should be able to do a little something. A lot of the reason people don't use it because it needs to hold a clear amulet. Then you rather have another physical restricted that's probably putting out more damage with the clear amulet. But this thing can do a lot of damage, right? With the loaded dice, is able to like pick up some really cool KOs. And alongside the Galarian Zapdos, you don't have to be that afraid of Incineroar, because you can coach up your Kyurem. If they do bring in Incineroar, then you also threaten the Incineroar to close combat once they give Zapdos a Defiant boost. So you may see the Zapdos and think, well, it doesn't have a flying type coverage, so you can't really hit like grass type and stuff like that, right? Well, you have Kyurem Black for that. Kyurem Black with Icicle Spear is able to remove things like Amoonguss, things like Rillaboom, all those grass types that Zapdos usually would hit with flying type coverage. You can just hit them with your Kyurem, right? So that's really cool in my opinion. And I would say maybe you can't hit bug types, but then you have Chi-Yu and stuff like that, and bug types are really not that common. But the Zapdos, it really does need the coaching and the Tailwind. The coaching just allows you to be able to boost Kyurem attack. Plus, when you're going for coaching plus scale shots, Kyurem can start to boost really quickly and be, really hard to deal with. And the coaching covers for once you get the speed boost, it covers for you dropping your defense. That way, you're not as vulnerable to like physical attacks, right? And then Tailwind just allows Kyurem to outspeed a lot of different things in the format. A lot of cool strategies that I like to go for with these two is just protecting Kyurem turn one and going for Tailwind with Zapdos. They usually do not double into Zapdos. If they do target it, they usually target it with one hit, because it's kind of hard to like just leave Kyurem on the field, right? So you get the Tailwind up, and then the next turn you go for coaching and scale shot or Icicle Spear, and then you just start to pick up KOs, right? And then once you pick up like 2 KOs, then Dondozo just wins in the back. So it's a really strong combo with those. This Dondozo set is the same Dondozo set that I used to hit rank number 1 in the previous regulation and regulation H, and it still continues to be strong in this format, so that's why I decided to go with that Dondozo set. Tatsugiri is also a really good in-game sweeper or cleaner, I would say. With the assault vest, you're able to survive a lot of special attacks that your opponent doesn't expect you to survive, and Tatsugiri is able to get value from that. Next we have Flutter and Chi-Yu. We already know what this combo does. It's very strong, very hard for a lot of opponents to deal with. It's very good on lead. And with this type of team, you can actually, if you feel like Kyurem Black does not have a good matchup, you can leave it behind and then run your Chi-Yu and your Flutter. So Chi-Yu and Flutter are really good at diverting a lot of attention away from the Kyurem and just dealing massive amounts of damage, right? So Chi-Yu has a really cool niche that with the ground Tera, you're able to Tera Blast in front of Miraidon. And a lot of the times they like to lead Miraidon with Whimsicott against this team, and what I like to do is lead Zapdos plus Chi-Yu, and I'll go for a protect on Zapdos. And the reason I lead Zapdos and Chi-Yu and not Chi-Yu Flutter is because Flutter threatens the Kyurem Black into wanting to go for a Tera, right? And you don't want not Kyurem Miraidon into a Tera. You don't want Miraidon to Tera. So when Miraidon sees Chi-Yu and Zapdos, it feels relatively safe. And then you just protect with Zapdos and ground Tera with Chi-Yu. That way, whichever slot it Volt switches into, it'll either go into the protect or it'll go into the ground type Chi-Yu, and then you just remove Miraidon from that point. So it's a really cool strategy against a very common team that's in this format. And then once you remove Miraidon turn 1, you probably want to switch out your Zapdos so you don't get encored, and then you just kind of win the game from there. If you have Dondozo on the back, it's a really good switch in to just swap it in, and they usually don't have enough to keep up once you remove the Miraidon. But his Flutter also, you'll see that it's not carrying Dazzling Gleam. Icy Wind, Shadow Ball, Moonblast is just good coverage. We're not running Dazzling Gleam just so you're not walled by Wide Guard, because you are going to be clicking Heat Wave a lot with Chi-Yu, right? So you don't want to get double Wide Guarded on those two. So we went with Moonblast and single coverage, and with this Flutter being a little bit more bulky, to survive certain hits, having Moonblast able to deal a little bit more damage to a single target is really good for this Flutter main. But there is a rental code up at the top right, as well as a Pokepaste down in the description below. Let me know with a comment what you guys think about this team, and go ahead and subscribe for me. If you like this type of content, we are so close to 1,000 followers, and every subscription that we get, you know, helps us get towards that goal. So I really appreciate it if you guys subscribed, and let's go ahead and get into these battles. All right, so this is that Dark Urshifu? Because this is kind of the game that Zapdos was built to play in, right? With Dondozo and Kyurem in the back. Yeah, I like that. Could have maybe went with Chi Yu since she's playing towards Sun. But I think that would be Urshifu Black. Urshifu Dark, since he's on a Sun team. But with Flutter main and Urshifu, he doesn't have to play, and Ergoprime, he doesn't have to play Trick Room, right? Alright, so how do we want to go about this? Flutter's offering damage here, right? But this is not threatening Trick on, so I could just Tera Steel, Earthquake, and Coaching. I don't really like this at Torkoal. It depends on what Torkoal's going for. If it goes for like a helping hand, it would be. This is an amazing position. The only Tera that really can stop this, like an Eruption, Dazzling Gleam combo, well, I could just Tera Dondozo one for +2 Earthquake. Oh, okay, this is perfect. Because Zapdos is going to survive with Sash. Get the coaching off, so the extra defense boost is really going to help here. Ooh, we're still almost 50% to Dozo. Alright, but this keeps Torkoal from being effective, right? And I can save Zapdos for the end game. Late game close combat is pretty good still. Nice. Another one's gonna double KO. Yeah, so he tried to burst me down. Probably, I would say Choice Specs Flutter. Oh no, it was Life Orb Flutter. Life Orb Flutter. So he can protect, he can switch. He should know that the swap is coming on my end. But this is going to be a +3 Earthquake, so anything you switch in, like he has Urshifu, Ogerpon, Calyrex. None of them really want to take Earthquake into Earthquake, right? I wish this team had Among Us so we can just ignore his Among Us. wonder if it's gonna go for a Shadow Ball here. It could, I mean. He's gonna switch Torkoal. Alright, Overpalm. Alright. So we know it's Calyrex in the back, so I think he's gonna angle to set up Trick Room, right? I honestly think we just protect here. Let him set up Trick Room. Alright, so the idea here is just to get through Trick Room, right? Without getting a KO. We still have Zapdos, so we still have Protects in the back, plus Tatsugiri. Alright. Do some good chip onto Calyrex. Alright, so it's just about stalling out Triple now. We have another Protect here and potential double Protect. I think a double Protect wins us the game. So let's say we don't get the double protect. He KOs Dondozo, potentially KOs Tatsugiri with Glacial Lance. Maybe it survives. Right? And then there's one more turn of Trick Room. And we protect. And then the following turn we double the Calyrex slot. We don't get it, so it's still optimal to go for it, right? All right, so it does get the KO. I could coaching skill shot, right? I feel like he may protect Calyrex here. It's so obvious that I gotta stop Trick Room from going up, right? It's so obvious that he may protect Calyrex here that I think I might just target the Torkoal slot. I knew he was gonna do it. Now we just need to hit skill shot since we got this turn right. Nice. I should KO here. Yeah, and see, this is because it's so evident that he has to get Kyurem back up that I had to target and try to knock out Calyrex. And I feel like a coaching boost is doing more for Kyurem than the coaching is doing more than the close combat would do to Calyrex here. And it is canceled. Let's go. There was a slick chance we could miss Scale Shot. He sets up Kyurem and then crits us with Glacial Lance. But it's looking tough from that point. That was a huge read by us. But like I said, we're really incentivized. It's 2020 PokeVision, so we get that in the chat. But he's really incentivized to protect Calyrex because I'm incentivized to try to double up into it to KO it so it doesn't get Kyurem back up, right? So that would give like Torkoal a free turn and like knock out Zapdos or just do some extra damage to Kyurem, right? So we got that turn right. And I could kind of tell that he was going to make that play based off how he was playing earlier in the game. So, nice. Well, let's keep going. All right, so we have... I already know that I want to lead these. I could go Flutter Chi-Yu. Yeah, because this Chi-Yu is meant to deal with, like, Ground Tera, like, it looks so good here. And then Dozo in the back. I think we leave Kyurem. Doesn't really want to deal with Intimidate. It doesn't really want to deal with Urshifu. It doesn't want to deal with Kyurem. I mean, it actually one-shots a lot of them anyway. Except Incineroar. How can I position it? I actually think I can bring it in the back and position it with Tailwind. Or even, I can lead Chi-Yu Zapdos. And this is one thing where you gotta know how your lineups work, because Chi-Yu Zapdos pressures a lot. And if he leads, I can protect Zapdos and Ground Tera Blast Miraidon if he leads it. And that way that forces him to stay in so he can't pivot out. And I can switch Zapdos back out into Flutter and read the Encore. So this is gonna lock Kyurem on the field. He has to either Tera or switch to avoid getting KO'd here. And I'm gonna see if he risks it, because a lot of people think they can just Volt Switch out and I'll be safe and cover for it or whatever. All right, he doesn't switch, so looks like we get this right as long as he doesn't have something like a Fairy Tera, because a lot of them are still Electric Tera, but we'll see. But why would you Fairy Tera in front of Chi-Yu threatening Heat Wave damage, which looks kind of good because you got Whimsicott here. He didn't Tera. Alright, so it should just be Tailwind Volt Switch. Yep. Show me the Volt Switch. Nice. And he's locked on the field. So we didn't have to protect Zapdos there. But taking out his restricted is huge for us here. Alright. Nice, we're up 1. And this is how you guys should probably lead into this team. Now he's threatening Encore, right? With Whimsicott. We really want to get Chi-Yu out so we can click Heat Wave. Alright, he's Iron Hands. think that I want a Tera Blast here and switch into Chiyu. I mean Flutter. I'd rather not, even though he may not go for Encore, he could just go for Moonblast. I'd rather just not get locked into it. And he has to Tera Iron Hands here, right? Because Chiyu's threatening. He's Electric Seed, so he got a defense boost, and Cork Dry gave him an attack boost. So he's probably gonna one-shot Chiyu here, so he has to Tera. But let's see what kind of Tera he has. I think Iron Hands is so good on this team. Oh, he's not gonna Tera. So you're gonna take the Tera Blast on. And I could have stayed in with Zapdos. Alright, 50% is huge. Alright, he's saving his Tera for something else. But I mean, at this point you gotta Tera, right? And he maybe just be Fire Tera, so he doesn't have a Tera to get around this. So this double up should still KO. And then we just deal whatever his last is. Kyurem should survive a Moonblast from the Whimsicott, and then we just click Icicle Spear into that slot and KO that. Still have Zapdos too. What would his last be? Is it Urshifu? Are you saving the Tera for Urshifu? Alright, he does have Protect, which is kind of annoying. Alright, but he Moonblast that slot. And that's not even a 2-hit KO. Alright, and this double up, you can't, like... And I really could switch out Chiyu so I can have Heat Wave pressure. Moonblast, Tera Blast is gonna KO Urshifu. If you Tera in a fire, we KO you. You switch in Incineroar, we KO you. I think the only thing that can maybe take this double up is the Iron Leaves. But he's playing in a way I think he has Urshifu in the back. And we're just kind of disrespecting the Whimsicott because we're putting it in the position to where it's not really threatening KOs. And we're not swapping. Oh, he is going to Tera, so I would expect it to be Fire Tera. But you're not going to... Moonblast should put you in range, yeah. So that's why he didn't Tera the turn before, because he was already still weak. Alright, we get a Moonblast off. That should be in range based on how much it did before the Tera Blast. Woo! Let's go. We get the KO. Alright. Now we get to see what his last is, what he's been protecting. His Tailwind is going to peter out now. Oh, it's Incineroar. I mean, I could just switch out here. We don't really need Zapdos like that anymore. Because Chiyu, Tera Blast just gonna KO. And I really can target down this Whimsicott. And he just cancels. Let's go. They didn't even bring Urshifu. And I get you bring in Incineroar because we have Kyurem Black, right? Plus Dondozo, so you really want to be able to intimidate them. But that's why this team functions well, because Zapdos, Chiyu, and Flutter all don't care about Intimidate. And they all threaten damage onto Incineroar, so it makes it harder for your opponent to want to bring it. That's just, you know, some really good team building on that part. So we got another Kyurem team. But this one doesn't have Iron Hands. So I actually like the way Chiyu plus Zapdos felt. And the reason I don't want to lead Chiyu Flutter is because that kind of forces it kind of baits the Miraidon into wanting to Tera. Yeah, we don't want the Miraidon to Tera, right? And also, if I protect in front of Whimsicott, I have to switch Flutter out of fear of Encore. Where there is Zapdos, we don't have to give up a speed boost if I switch them out. So I kind of want to lead in the same way I did last time. Dondozo actually looks really good into his team once I get rid of Miraidon, though. Right? Yeah, but I think this is fine. It felt really strong. The core I had felt really strong. And if I bring Dozo, that means I'm dropping Kyurem and Flutter. Alright, so we're going to go for the same play we went for last time, right? Alright, this opponent did Tera. Are you electric? Oh, perfect. So this is even better because we blow my opponent's Tera and we just KO him. There's no way you're not going for an electric type attack if you're going to be clicking. Your Tera button. So it should be a Volt Switch trying to one-shot Chi-Yu, I would guess. Oh, it's Discharge. Oh, so you break your Whimsicott Sash, even better. And you potentially paralyze your Whimsicott. Oh my god! This was beautiful. And he paralyzes his Whimsicott, so he used his Tera just to paralyze his Whimsicott and bring it down to Sash. Yo, this lead right here is so strong into Miraidon teams, and it's gone. Now it's gonna be the only downside is that I'm locked in the Tera Blast, and I have to switch Zapdos out in fear of Encore, right? But now I can just KO Whimsicott. And I have to worry about it anymore. It's Ogre Pond. That is threatening ground type attack. I mean, grass type attacking the Chi-Yu now. Ogre Pond is actually threatening a lot here. I'm gonna switch into Kyurem, and I'm gonna go for the Tailwind. I'm gonna try to get it off. If he doesn't Encore me, then we'll be in a really good spot. He did get Encore, okay. Yeah, I should have double switched there. Dondozo actually would have been the best here because Ogerpon is threatening a lot of damage here. Yeah, he read that switch. He can miss probably expects me to switch here, so I'm not gonna switch actually. I'm just gonna go for Icicle Spear and Tailwind. Now, if he goes for another Power Whip, expecting to switch into Chi-Yu, then we'll be in a good spot. Yep, but he does miss, so that's good. And he gets fully paralyzed. All right, so we needed a little bit of luck there. That was a really bad turn for him after our great turn one. But eventually he had to get paralyzed, right? And Power Whoop is a low accuracy attack. So eventually we had to get some good fortune. But he was reading the Chi-Yu switch in. That's why he didn't go for Encore. And now he has to set up Tailwind with his own Chi-Yu. I mean, with his own Whimsicott. So I'm gonna go for Icicle Spear here. If you don't set up Tailwind, then we just get the speed advantage. Because if you try to Encore Zapdos, then we're just threatening Ursaluna, right? And he gets paralyzed, perfect. So that should be game. Nice. And he did that to himself, right? I mean, you're running Discharge, and you're choosing to have your Whimsicott on the field, right? So you're pretty much saying that I can paralyze my own Whimsicott here. I don't know if he's going for Encore or Tailwind. I would guess Tailwind because Encore is risky. To be honest, last turn I should have just... I could have wrapped this game up last turn with the good turn I had last turn by just close combating Whimsicott, KOing that, and Icicle Spear still picks up the KO on Ogerpon, right? That way we just don't have to worry about Encore or Tailwind in the late game. But I feel like after we had a bad turn, and then he had a bad turn because he missed Power Whip. We would have survived though, and Whimsicott was fully paralyzed. Which if he doubled that slot, then that probably would have been bad. But we did get our Tailwind up. But had he KO'd Kyurem, then he would have been able to Encore Zapdos and Tailwind, and then just Power Whip Chi-Yu. So that could have went really bad, but we did get some fortune. But I'll take it. But we have Calyrex-Ice. I want to lead Dozo. Because I'm pretty sure he's like Tera Fire. So we can't just blast him here. I think if I get into an in-game, I actually don't want to bring Kyurem here. I think Kyurem is correct still. Yeah, because it threatens one-hit KOs on the Ogerpon and the Raging Bolt. And if Urshifu's not Sash, we can just remove that with Fusion Bolt. I wonder if this is like coaching stuff. I'm probably gonna go for Icicle Spear here. Why am I Tera? I mean, Glacial Lance. Yeah. It is coaching. I wonder if there's gonna be a Trick Room here. Got the crit. That was huge damage. And Dondozo ignores defense boost, right? So that was really good for us. Alright, now I can Earthquake here. Switching Tatsugiri. You should be targeting my Zapdos to not let me get another coaching boost off. If he has Urshifu in the back now, I'm feeling like I should have brought Flutter instead of Kyurem. It's gonna be tough for me to get a Tailwind up with my Zapdos Sash broken. So he has Disable. Does he have Encore too? That really sucks if he does. Because that'll just shut me down completely. Okay. I could have went for another Earthquake there. I would guess he has Wide Guard. Because are you not running any attacks? Like this mon is so good. Like Encore Disable, Wide Guard, Coaching. Like it can have so much. But we know it has Disable. We know it has Coaching. He hasn't shown me Wide Guard, but he has shown me Disable, so I'm gonna Earthquake here. And if it's another Disable, then we just get off Earthquake, KO the Oh, I should have went for Steel Terror here, because it might just be Thunderclap. But I think it's fine. I can save my... Yeah, I can save my Electric Terror for Kyurem. That's a lot of damage. He does have Encore. This is getting scary, man. This freaking... I could have KO'd if I just went for Earthquake that turn, right? But it didn't do anything since I didn't KO it yet, but... Right now, it's the fact that I gotta KO it before it can get anything else off. But it does have Moonblast. That's a cool animation too. If you guys have never seen Kyurem Black use Fusion Bolt, there you go. Alright, we do connect Draco. Alright, that thing still survives. Yikes. Alright, and it is Urshifu water, so I can't even protect here. Yeah, this is looking bad. Well, this was a good match. It should have been Flutter main in the back. That didn't do anything. Wait, I could have just won. Wait, if he doesn't target Zapdos here. I could have close combated the Urshifu slot. Are you choice band? Wow. Maybe he's focused Sash. Yeah, I respect Aqua Jet here. But if he's choice band, we can just win here. Yeah, he's not. Okay, so how would I have won that? If I just close combated the Urshifu, if it was Sash, because he KO'd Tatsugiri, there was no way for me to win. Since close combat picks up from that range. There's no guarantee it was Sash, but I wouldn't have KO'd with one shot with close combat, right? So I think that the turn I could have won that game. Nah, if I Tera Dondozo in the steal, it would have encored me, and I probably would have clicked order up into the Iron Valiant. But even if it didn't, it wasn't gonna KO. Well, it would have been +3. I mean +4 order up. But that had KO Raging Bolt. I don't know. But I think I should have Tera Dondozo there. Oh wow, so we have an opposing Kyurem Black team. Really cool. So I think I want to leave Flutter, Zapdos. I'm actually thinking about leaving my Kyurem Black on the bench and my Chiyu. So we have the Kyurem Black mirror, but I'm not bringing mine to this matchup. I don't know how he's running his. So, this is threatening Trick Room. think Trick Room benefits my opponent, so I'm going to target down the Frigoraph here. Just dazzle. Alright, critical hit's annoying. But we do know that we're faster, so we can icy win from this point. I think I just want to target down Urshifu, right? And protect. You could get a double knockout here with like Aqua Jet and Dazzling Gleam, but that's gonna cost him his Urshifu. Nice steal. Maybe Icy One was a play there. Yeah, especially defensive Urshifu too. Alright, but this does mean I can quick Earthquake with Dozo. Yeah, so his Urshifu's leftover, so Zapdos should outspeed it in the end game. So he may have Aqua Jet though. But I think this is always the correct play here. I could just Wave Crash Flutter. Yeah, the correct play last turn was since he's leftovers anyway, just Icy Win. Especially since he didn't go for Aqua Jet, he's not Choice Scarf. Like Icy Wind would have just like KO Urshifu, probably won me the game. I mean, there's no way that it's best of one ladder, so there's no way to really know his Urshifu set. But we do know we have close combat in the end game in the Kyurem. We just need to get rid of Flutter. Oh, he went for Dazzle, so he covered from me staying in. And we're faster than Urshifu. Oh, he survives on both. What? He expected me to stay in. I mean, that actually might cost you the game. I mean, you're faster than me now, but Surging Strike's Moonblast is not going to get it done. And then you just outspeed your Kyurem. Right, smart for him to save his Flutter. Scary Face coaching Surging Strikes Urshifu. So you're close combat, so he didn't have Aqua Jet. So it's a bulky support Urshifu. Like support pseudo offense. Like think of like offensive and center work pretty much. Like He has coaching, he has scary face. So that's pretty cool. He does have coaching to support his Kyurem as well. I think I want to protect this guy to protect on Flutter. Nice. If I still have my Steel Tera, this game would be over. Can we survive Fusion Bolt? We do? Nice. And he didn't go for Scale Shot, so we just outspeed with what we have in the back. Now he can go for Scale Shot here, but he can't target Tatsugiri and both Zapdos. Going for Dragon Dance? So you're not running Protect? There's no telling if he's even running a loaded dice set. He might not even have a Dragon type attack. It might be like Protect, Dragon Dance, Fusion Bolt, and like Icicle Crash or something, Ice type attack. Nice, but we win the battle with the Kyurems. I'm interested to see what his set was though. If you happen to be watching this, Lex, you're a fan of the channel, let me know what your Kyurem set was in the chat. That was a pretty cool Urshifu set too. Koraidon. Interesting with Iron Valiant. So definitely a booster energy set. This is a very interesting team. I'm expecting a lot of Encore and Disable stuff with Whimsicott plus Valiant. I feel like I want to set up Tailwind too. Should I go with Zapdos Kyurem? I think I do want to go with it. And Dondozo, Tatsugiri in the back. My opponent has a very strange team. I haven't played against this archetype yet. Like Whimsicott plus Koraidon, like type team, so we'll just go with this lead and see. It's Koraidon, Whimsicott. So Koraidon should be threatening to turn it to Tera into fire. I think I just want to go straight out into the Dozo here. Yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing there because if you're like Choice Band with the Tailwind, I think Collision is doing a lot of damage here. I don't want to just get nuked, and I don't feel like I can protect safely. I probably could have set up Tailwind and protected. We know that he's going to Tera, so at least we bait out a Tera here. Oh, I had a free KO on the Whimsicott there. Alright, but we're in the position we are now. Kyurem Black looks so cool when it's flying though. He could Tera in the fire here, but I'm hoping that he Teras. Perfect. We do want to see one switch out there. Okay, nice. And I want to see a Tera fire out of fear of the order up. That's not doing anything. The only thing bad about order up here is if he clicks protect with Koraidon and then encores me in the order up while he has two fairies out. I might shouldn't have clicked it, but he also can have Wide Guard, yo. I think Wave Crash was the safest thing here because I can get encore next turn. You can send out Whim here and encore me and I just can't attack, right? So that's pretty spooky. Oh, we sent out Overcome. I mean, those looking. Should I Tera here? Nah, I think I need to save it for Kyurem. Because encore here is pretty strong. I do want to try to just remove this slot. I mean, that's fine. We ignore the attack boost. Yeah, it's not doing too much. I could have went Steel Terror here. Yeah, but nice we took him out. But Electric Terror Kyurem just one-shots the Ogre Pawn, and then we should just win from there. So I'm just going to Earthquake here, try to break some Sashes and Sturdies. Tailwind here and Icy Wind here. Yeah. And that's just to break my Sash, pretty much, but we didn't go for that play. Special attack drop is not ideal, but I don't think we don't want to do is switching Kyurem here, so he can encore me is fine. Kyurem just beats both of them with Electric Terror. I forgot he had Tera himself. Should I give him a defense boost? He didn't even go for it encore. Maybe he doesn't have it. This is the first time I've seen this thing Tera. It has blocks. Yeah, we survive with Sash. Let's go Zapdos. Any Moonblast Tatsugiri, it's fine. We survive and get another Icy one off. Another special attack drop is kind of annoying. This close comeback with Zakat. Muddy water. Shocked he didn't protect there. Tatsugiri may outspeed here. Yeah, we do. Nice. And we get the double kill. So we don't even have to use Cure in this game. Wow. Dondozo, Zapdos, and Tatsugiri was enough. Now that overpower looks pretty cool when it Teras though. We don't really see it more, but because Sturdy is such a good ability, getting the defense boost really don't matter when you are pretty much running max attack, max speed on that mon. So it's like, it's one of the mons that you'll probably see Tera the least out of anything because it actually gets worse as it Teras. Because Sturdy is just so good and you're not really building that thing in a bulky way to utilize its Tera, right? Because of the Sturdy, so. And Rock is just really not that good regardless. I guess you could probably go for like some cool strategy if you build it in like a defensive way and then play it in sand and then go for Tera, but I don't think that's that good. We got Among Us. Perfect. Dondozo loves Among Us. I think Chi Flutter is like threatening so much damage with Dozo in game that I think we can leave Kyurem behind for this game. Because what is Kyurem really just get into? Removing Among Us, we got Chi for that. Among Us, we really can just ignore Among Us with Dozo in the back. Chi and Flutter also do just as good into Calyrex Shadow as Kyurem does, so. Maybe Zapdos with Tailwind. But Zapdos loses to like Pop Bomb Mousehold if that's the Pop Bomb set. Just being led and then just bombing me away. Alright, so Snarl is kind of obvious here, right? But you don't really have much to stop that. Funny, Calyrex is probably the slowest mono on the field right now. I could probably just Heat Wave. Tera, Moonblast, KO his Chiyu. Because Calyrex is really threatening right now, right? Either you should Tera or protect it. I would guess a Tera, but he could just protect the Scout and then we just knock out Chiyu here. Nice. So if we knock out Chiyu here, we just double target the Calyrex slot next turn. Alright, this is a Moonblast. It's gonna be close if Heat Wave gets the KO. No, it's not. Oh, but he did miss Snarl. But this is gonna allow him to stay on the field. You Tera Calyrex here? I think you got a Tera here. Like, it's too risky to not Tera because you don't know if I'm choice locked on Chi-Yu. He's Scarf on Chi-Yu though, right? Since we're Scarf on our Chi-Yu. Oh, he didn't Tera. That's a good play. Yeah, he survives with a smidget. Ah, that sucks. Did he get an Astro Barrage off here? I think I protect here because faking, he can get a double KO out if he fakes out Flutter. I mean Chi-Yu, and I target. Okay, so this is the correct play always. Nice, and that's still a lot of damage to the point where Moonblast just KOs that next turn. All right. So this lead has knocked out 2 of his mons and did 50% to his other mon and took his restricted. Alright, so I can just switch out Chi-Yu here into Dondozo. He should Rage Powder and Close Combat Flutter, right? But I can just double switch into Dondozo. He should knock out Flutter. Oh, yeah, he cancels. Alright, Chi-Yu Flutter still dominates, even in Regulation G. Oh man, that duo felt so strong. I think the only turn I misplayed, I could just click Shadow Ball into Calyrex. And he wouldn't have got all that damage off from Flutter, but I mean, he still didn't pick up KOs, right? So it was still fine. But I felt like he should have really wanted a Tera. Like, there was no way for him to know that I was Scarf on Chi-Yu, since his Chi-Yu was scarfing and moved before me, right? And he protected Calyrex turn 1. So it's funny that Calyrex is like one of the fastest mons in the game, but in that scenario, 2 Choice Scarf Chi-Yus and Booster Energy Flutter, it was the slowest thing on the field, which is pretty, like, that's a rare situation for Calyrex to be in. Let's keep going. Get into more fun game. Koraidon team here, and look at Kyurem. Kyurem can one-shot every mon on my opponent's team, right? Scale shot, 5 hits, 1 shots, Champow, which is really cool. Dozo is really good with safety goggles for the Venusaur. But I kind of want to lead Dozo. I want to go Flutter, Zapdos, Chi-Yu, and Kyurem. I kind of want to set up Tailwind, right? I'm not threatening any big damage into Venusaur, right? But I think I can just go for Icy Wind turn 1 and Tailwind. There's a sleep powder shenanigans. But this is what you deal with when you're playing against Venusaur. Don't get put to sleep. I could have brought Dozo to prevent this, right? But I really wanted to bring Kyurem. I guess maybe I could have dropped Chi-Yu. But we'll see how it plays out. I'm gonna start just chipping the Groudon though. If I had a flying type attack, that would be really good. Zapdos. Alright, 2 for 2 on sleep powders. Flying type attack would have been really good there, but coaching and tailwind is really good. Flutter wakes up here, we'd be in a really good spot. Can we wake up? Turn 1? Turn 2? Alright. That's fine. There's no real switch into Chi-Yu in the sun right now, so. Did Chi-Yu take a rock slide? I think staying this is fine. Oh my god, he's not sashed. He didn't Tera. Wow. That almost blew my Tera there. And Zapdos wakes up nice. Alright, so sun being up is kind of annoying still. The Kyurem beats both of these, right? At this point, you gotta sleep powder Chi-Yu. I think I just try to get another tailwind up. It's unlikely that I get it off though. Sleep powder is pretty threatening, man. Alright, Gleam, Zapdos goes down. Oh, he attacked. Do I take Weather Ball? We do. Nice, Chi-Yu. Oh, we just double KO again. Oh, it's a crit. But to be fair, Kyurem with Electric Tera comes in and beats Flutter with Icicle Crash. I mean, Icicle Spear. You can't miss. So all I gotta do is protect, let him KO Chi-Yu so he doesn't get the extra damage boost into Kyurem, and then just Icicle Spear. But wow, Chi-Yu just, whew. I think he should have Tera Groudon, or at least had a Focus Sash on him. But I get it, Focus Sash was probably on the Venusaur, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's why the Chien-Pao didn't have Sash. Oh, Chi-Yu just wiped the floor, man. Chi-Yu is so good. Alright, so we're wrapping up our video with this team, and let me know what you guys thought about it. This team is extremely fun, and I think it's really unique, and I think it just puts a cool twist on the Dondozo builds that you see in Regulation G. So if you guys want, you know, try out Kyurem Black, go ahead and get this runner code, because it won't be up for too much longer since the month is coming to an end, and I just now got a chance to record since I got my Elgato back. But go ahead and grab that runner code while you can. Give this Kyurem team a try. I do think it's one of the best Kyurem Black teams you'll see, if not the only Black Kyurem team you'll see. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, deuces.